Good morning, dear students. Today we shall study about catalysis. First, we shall study through definition, catalyst and catalysis. Substance which accelerate the rate of chemical reaction and themselves remains chemically and quantitatively unchanged after reaction are known as catalysts. And this phenomena is known as the catalysis. Berzelius was the first scientist who studied catalysis, and he gave this, or he suggested the name catalyst. Catalysts are the foreign substances which alter the rate of chemical reaction, and they themselves remains unchanged chemically and quantitatively after the reaction. Catalyst is neither reactant nor product. Example: potassium chlorate when heated strongly decomposes strongly to give us the dioxygen. The decomposition occurs in the temperature range of 653 to 873 Kelvin. You can see here 2 KClO3 decomposes to give 2 KCl and 3O2 at 653 and 873 Kelvin. But if we do the same reaction in the presence of manganese dioxide, however, when a little of manganese dioxide is added, the decomposition takes place at considerably lower temperature range, that is the temperature range of 473 to 633 Kelvin at much accelerated rate. So 2 KClO3 in the presence of manganese dioxide at 473 or 60 or between the 473 to 63 Kelvin, it gives us the dioxygen and KCl. Please note here, my dear students, that manganese dioxide remains unchanged with the respect to its mass and its composition. Now we'll understand two more um, uh, terms. One is promoter, another is poison. First we'll study promoters. Promoters are the substances which enhances the activity of catalyst. Example: in manufacture of ammonia, which is the Haber process, molybdenum is used as a catalyst when iron metal is used as a molybdenum is used as a promoter when iron is used as a catalyst. So you can see here the reaction. In this reaction you can see that from N2 and 3H2 twice NH3 is produced. Here iron is used as a catalyst and molybdenum is a promoter. In Haber process, when we use iron oxide as a catalyst, we use K2O and Al2O3 as a promoter. N2 plus 3H2, you can see that iron oxide we use as a catalyst and K2O and Al2O3 are the promoters. Now we'll study about the poisons. Poisons are the substances that decreases the activity of catalyst. In the Haber process, carbon monoxide behaves as a poison. So if carbon monoxide is present during this particular reaction, the rate of the reaction or the speed of the reaction is being decreased. Now we'll study the types of catalysis. Catalysis is of the two type: homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. First, we will study the homogeneous catalysis. When reactants and catalysts are in the same phase, that is, they both are in the liquid phase or both are in the gaseous phase, the process of catalysis is said to be homogeneous catalysis. Following are some of the examples by which we can understand the homogeneous catalysis. First example is oxidation of sulfur dioxide. You know, 2SO2 gas and O2 gas reacts in the presence of NO gas, that is nitric oxide gas, to gives us 2SO3 gas. Another example is hydrolysis of methyl acetate. You can see methyl acetate is in liquid and water is also in liquid and HCl is also liquid, so we get CS3COOH and CS3OH. Another example is hydrolysis of sugar caused by H plus ions. H plus ions are aqueous, so we take the solution of sugar and we have water. Here we use the solution of H2SO4 where we have H plus aqueous behave as a catalyst and we get sucrose and fructose, that is C6H12O6. Both have the same formula. So this is the way by which we can understand the heterogeneous catalysis. Now we'll study about the homogeneous catalysis. Sorry, that was the homogeneous catalysis. Now we'll study the heterogeneous catalysis. Here you can see that the catalysis process in which the reactants and catalysts are in the different phase are known as the homogeneous catalysis. You can here we have the various examples like oxidation of sulfur dioxide is done in the presence of solid platinum. Same way, oxidation of sulfur dioxide is done in the presence of vanadium pentoxide, which is done into the contact process for the preparation of sulfuric acid. We have another example, that is the example of Haber process. In the Haber process, you can see that this nitrogen and hydrogen are in the gaseous phase, while the catalyst Fe is in the solid phase. Same way, if you take the another catalyst iron oxide, which is a solid, you have nitrogen and hydrogen are in the gaseous phase. The third example is the oxidation of ammonia in the into the nitric acid in the process which is known as the Ostwald process. This Ostwald process is used for the preparation of nitric acid, my dear students. So you can see that 4NH3 plus 5O2, and we use platinum gauze as a solid catalyst, and then it is converted into nitric acid and water vapor. Another example is hydrogenation of oils. We have studied in the 10th standard that in the hydrogenation of oil for the method of preparation of vegetable ghee or margarine, we use nickel as a catalyst, which is a solid, whereas your vegetable oil is in the liquid phase, whereas hydrogen is in the gaseous phase. So this is how we can understand the heterogeneous catalysis. Now we'll study about the mechanism of the heterogeneous catalysis. So let us study first with the figure, then we'll study the stepwise process. First you have the catalyst. This catalyst has the various valencies. These valencies are free. You have two reactants A and B. These two reactants are adsorbed on the surface of the catalyst. You can see here this catalyst adsorb the two reactants A and B. So adsorption of the reactant molecules, as both the reactants are adsorbed here, they start making bond between each other, and thus the situation formed is known as the intermediate. Here from the intermediate, the product molecule, that is your product AB, is desorption takes place, so they are removed from the surface of the catalyst, and again you have the catalyst back, which is without change, and you get product AB. Remember, and after this product molecules goes away from the surface of the catalyst, and we get catalyst available for the next adsorption, so that the reaction keeps on going. So modern theory explained mechanism of heterogeneous catalysis by explaining adsorption of reactant on the surface of catalyst, intermediate formation, and desorption of product. The mechanism involves 5 steps. First step, diffusion of the reactant to the surface of the catalyst. Second step, adsorption of the reactant molecule on the surface of the catalyst with free valency. Third step, occurrence of chemical reaction on the surface of catalyst through formation of the intermediate. Fourth step, desorption of the reaction products from the catalyst surface, and thereby making the surface available again for more reaction to occur. Fifth step, diffusion of the reactant products away from the catalyst surface. This theory explains why the catalyst remains unchanged in mass and chemical composition. This is the speciality of this theory. After the fifth step, catalyst again is available for adsorption of another reactant molecules, and this way the catalysis reaction goes on. I hope, my dear students, you are enjoying. Happy learning.